Hello. Hello, hi. Now, considering how well my last commentary video did, I'm back to do another one. And today I'm going to be talking about TikTok's overconsumption problem. And yes, I like to talk, and I'm also a Virgo. I'm a Virgo with undiagnosed ADHD, so I like to talk about things, and that's why we're here today. Before you dissect me into any category, I'm a Virgo with undiagnosed ADHD, so yes. Anyways, let's get into the video and the whole entire thing. I could ramble on forever, and I think that's pretty obvious, to be honest. I need to have a coffee. This is classic me move. Yes, I got my Chamberlain coffee. A little bit of ASMR for the tater tots that got really triggered in the last video. That was good coffee. That was really good coffee. Chamberlain coffee, please sponsor me. I would like that a lot. Also, look, I have 10k subscribers. Wait, I have 10k subscribers. Can you see that? Can you actually see that? Look at that. Thank you guys for Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is consumerism, responsibility and awareness. And on BookTok, there seems to be a lack of that for some reason, considering how much content there is of fast fashion and overconsumption. You're bound to get lost into that. And these people on TikTok, well, anyone on TikTok gets lost within that. And there's no accountability for how much you consume. You just show it and you get views for it. So there's like a lack of awareness. But also people not being responsible for how much they consume because of TikTok. Now, the second thing. Sorry, I am a big Swiftie. The next thing I wanted to talk about was how fast books that aren't very popular blow up on TikTok and what that does. So the book that blew up the most on TikTok was a book by Colleen Hoover called It Ends With Us, and I put my hands up, I am very guilty because I bought this book and I also bought it for my boyfriend, which was not the best thing because I realised afterwards how bad her writing was. But that's another topic for another video. We're not specifically talking about everything wrong with We're not specifically talking about everything wrong with Colleen Hoover. We're not talking about her, we're talking about the book. So It Ends With Us is a romance. It's not really a romance novel, but anyways. So as of 2019, the novel blew up on TikTok and sold over 1 million copies. Now with books going viral, there is sort of a pressure for the book community and anyone who's interested in books. There's a sort of pressure on the book community and any sort of reader to jump on the bandwagon and start reading that book, and I am one of them. And I regret it. Do not read Colleen Hoover. You shall be warned. Now, with these books going viral and the pressure to read them because they're popular, isn't the best way. It isn't the best way. Because you don't need books to stay popular or to become viral. But that is the whole problem of BookTok, is that there is some sort of pressure that you have to buy a certain book or a certain series or anything that's trending at the time in order to stay on trend. And that is very damaging in a way, because then that means some smaller books aren't really being put out there into the industry and into bookshops. Oh no, please don't do that. It's still recording. I hope. I really hope, because I'm gonna get mad. Okay, I just need some coffee. Okay, so on to my third point. I wanted to mention that there are BookTokers that are famous, or book YouTubers, that push this sort of vanity onto their audience and onto anyone that is on TikTok. So that can literally be anyone, because the For You page will show you anything that you're interested in. So I have seen this BookToker, I'm not going to mention his name, but anyways, I had to unsubscribe and block him because I was tired of seeing him just pick up books and be like, yeah, look at my books that I brought today, and not the actual literature or the content of the book. He completely dodges that, and I don't think that's very good for his community and the book community, because all I keep seeing of his content is, oh, today I brought 30 books from my library, because it takes 1,000 books for a library to be completed, so you only need 1,000 books to have your own library. And he basically shoves that in the face of his audience. And that is why there's an overconsumption problem, because all of these BookTokers are showing how many books they have or how many books they've read, and that is the main focus. There's no focus on the actual books themselves, or the content of the book, or how that book made them feel, or what they learned from the book. You get the point. With these books going viral, they tend to go in spikes, so they go really fast, because TikTok content is so fast and in your face and really short that you can take it in very quickly. Then you get influenced to buy a bunch of books. Now, I fell into this sort of cycle because that's what I did over the summer, and I made myself go on a book ban, so I had to read at least 7 books before I continued buying more books, and those books I would have to actually read, because otherwise I would just be buying books. And now I'm aware that buying books is a hobby, and I know that reading books is also a hobby because I love reading books, but because of this TikTok deception, it tricks the people watching that content that they think they need this many books to feel validated, or it will make you go viral. So if you buy these books, you're also going to have viral content because that book is currently viral or trending on TikTok at the time. It can be any time, like any book can go viral on TikTok. We know that. I'm not saying that you don't need to buy books. Of course, if you enjoy reading the actual content of it, it's okay, like you can buy as many books as you want if you're privileged enough to do that and you have enough adult money to, because that's what I do sometimes. Like, I admit that I can also fall into that cycle. It's a problem when you buy way too many just for content itself, or just because it's popular and you want to be popular and you need that validation from TikTok, because that's what TikTok is like. That's how it is for me anyways. Like, I feel like you can't get popular on TikTok unless you're already an influencer. And as long as you're literate, it's okay. You can do whatever you want with your money. I'm not telling you that you can't buy books. You can buy books. Anyone can enjoy it as a hobby, and they are accessible to everyone, which people forget. You can get free ebooks online, or you can also buy ebooks, or you can also consume books via Audible. This is not a sponsor. I'm not like there yet to get a sponsor, but they are accessible for everyone. But the reason why I think it's a general problem is because it creates a sort of like wall within like TikTok and like the book community. Either an economic barrier or a social barrier within the community, and it creates a sort of guilt for readers who actually enjoy reading, and they have this content which really brings, well, it's supposed to bring people together and share their hobbies and love for reading. It becomes this thing where you need validation and popularity, and people end up feeling guilty if they don't have that many books on their bookshelf, let alone a bookshelf. Like, I only have one bookshelf and I can't get another one because I can't afford to get another one. So some people don't even have bookshelves. Remember that. Like, I literally stack my books on a shelf. It's not a bookshelf, it's a shelf. These readers get caught up in this narrative, and you don't have to prove yourself as a reader or someone that has a hobby. You don't need to do that, because I know that there are many creators on here and on BookTok that are more concerned about how many books they have on their shelf or how many books they've read in a year. Which I don't like to think about. Like, I don't like doing that anymore because I think it's quite pressurizing. Again, you don't need to do that to enjoy books. You don't need to have 1,000 books to be validated in the book community. Let alone do you need to buy like 5 books at a time. Like, you don't need to do that. It's definitely not required for a book reader who talks about books online to have an excessive amount of books and feeling like they don't fit into the book community just because they don't have a certain number of books, especially if they have economic reasons or social reasons. They may not be able to actually consume that many books at a time due to however they are in their life. Like, some people do not have that privilege to consume or buy that many books because it's a bit difficult, and not everyone can do that. I don't think that even comes into consideration with TikTok. It's just like, if you buy 5 books at a time, you're valid in the book community, but if you buy like 2 at a time, then it's like, what are you doing? And I do not like that at all, because it's very damaging and a bit excessive for the community to base a book reader's validation on how many books they own in general. But I really do think it is a shame that the book community makes people feel like this, especially now, considering there are many crises happening, like the cost of living crisis. Anyways, all of these books are accessible, and it shouldn't make people feel shamed if they don't have the resources, or again, but you can consume these books in multiple ways. Sorry, I need coffee. So as I was saying, you do not have to consume these books in the way that these BookTok's or book YouTubers show you that you have to. You don't have to do that, okay? Please remember that you don't need to, like, buy 20 books at a time because this so-called YouTuber, who I'm not going to mention, does it. Because they have a large audience, and that makes me... It makes me feel multiple things, but if you have a big audience, I don't think it's smart to show how much you overconsume, because you're aware that you have this influence on your audience. So if you consume or show that you're spending this much money on books, your audience is going to do it, because they're like, oh, this person's doing it, so I should do it. And then there's a cycle of like, this book is currently viral, let's get on it. Because they end up spending their money on lots of books. But I am guilty of that because I recently bought 3 books, but yeah, these are literally the books I brought. Wait, let me do some ASMR for the tater totters, or whatever they're called. Tots. Tater tots. Okay. We're going to stop that. But I'm guilty because I brought these 3 books right here. Anyways, you should read, but you shouldn't read. You should actually. No, you should read. But not in that sort of way that people tell you to on the internet. There are multiple ways that you can consume these sorts of medias, like books. You can consume them on Audible or Fable or on ebooks online. There's a whole world of it. You can find it. I promise you, I found it before. I even found Notes from Underground, which I recently read last year. And I actually read that on Fable, but I was looking for what page number I was on because I was tracking it. But that's also bad because that puts pressure on you as a reader, and I don't think that's very beneficial in my experience. That is what I think about the overconsumption problem on TikTok. And because it's TikTok, it's bound to happen. Like, most of the things that you see on there are based on money or materialistic things that you have as a person. People seek for that in the world of TikTok, and that's a problem, because then there's pressure on people to have those things. So yes, that wraps up my video on the problem of overconsumption on TikTok. And yes, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to go now, but I hope you enjoyed the video, and you can support my videos in the description by subscribing or doing whatever you want to do. I literally don't care, as long as you made it to the end. But yes, I love you very much, and I will see you in my next video. Also, please let me know which commentary videos you'd like to see next. I literally went crazy on this, but yes. Yes! Okay, this is what caffeine does to my system. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one, whatever that is. But yeah, read books, read them online, read them on Fable, get an audiobook via Audible, not sponsored. And yeah, enjoy your day or evening, whatever's happening in your life. What is wrong with me? Let's get me to 1,000 subscribers. That is the challenge. For you guys watching right now, you have to get me to 1,000 subscribers. Okay, see you later. Bye. I shall see you later. Okay. Okay, bye. Ow! Ow! I just smacked my hand. I'm gonna make a Patreon, so subscribe to that as well. Guys, look. Okay, you've seen that now. See you later. See you later. Bye.